So this is going to be the center of conversation amongst the fan base here in Eugene. You take 6 points, 2 fourth and goal situations. It's probably a very different football game. Some people love the aggression. Some people feel it's over-aggressive. What do you make of it?
Yeah, I mean, I like it. I liked it at the time. I still kind of like it now. I mean, Lanning has kind of preached this, growth mindset. We're going to be aggressive. We're not going in there to lose, and we kind of, I joke all the time on this show that I think field goals are failures. More of my issue is the play calls over he says they like the look there. I hate the rollout. You're taking away half the field from a player as dynamic as Nix and kind of forcing him into a box. I really don't like those. I really didn't like those play calls kind of there. And then they ran one in the fourth quarter as well. But I just don't see anything wrong with being aggressive. It's really easy to pick on a guy, when it would have tied the game, sent it to overtime, potentially won the game. But, I like that he's being himself.
I think that part of the conversation here, at least maybe on the opposite side of the argument, is going to be that Oregon has been through this a lot. In the Chip Kelly era, Chip did this in several big games. You saw this in even the Mark Helfrich era, a little bit of it in the Mario Cristobal era, and now you see this in this game. So I think that Duck fans are probably looking around, at least part of this argument, and saying, okay, so when is that actually going to work out?
I mean, I don't know. It's hard to kind of, I think you remember the times it didn't work more than the times that did work in certain situations. And I think Lanning's a young coach. He's still learning. And I'm willing to bet you're going to see, maybe he approaches some of these situations a little bit differently in the future. Now, I don't know. But at the same time, I mean, you ended up losing by 3 to an excellent football team on the road. You probably outplayed them. It's going to weigh heavily on him. I think he will adapt.
Yeah, and I think that you can also look at it and say, look, Oregon built an identity innovating offense in college football. Part of that identity was going for it on 4th and down, all of the time. So there's that part of it too.
Totally. It's like I said, I don't have a problem with them going for it on 4th. I didn't love really any of the play calls.
So let's kind of switch over and talk about Michael Penix Jr., especially in the first half. This guy eviscerated the Oregon secondary there for a little bit and really made an argument for that Heisman Trophy, at least as of right now. What did he do to Oregon today that was so potent?
Yeah, I mean, I do think he's the Heisman Trophy winner, but you just see his ability, his accuracy on deep balls, and his ability to kind of understand leverage of defensive backs. I mean, you saw on the highlight package just the amount of times he was able to, the Oregon corner's over the top, and he is able to dot that ball into the back shoulder. Then you've got throws like these where if you give him any sort of space down the field, he can put it on a rope like that one, and then you saw the other one, I believe it's Polk in the corner, right? He's able to kind of drop it in the bucket, that long high ball, get the top of the football, the nose of the football to turn over. I mean, he can make every single throw. It's just really impressive what he's been able to do.
It was a battle between the two Heismans for sure. I don't know that I've been more impressed in a game, like surrounding the hype of it going into the game, knowing that this was going to play a huge part in the Heisman race, and to have both quarterbacks play like that, it was really impressive. We're gonna